Welcome to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge. No, episode number, what did you just tell me it was?
321.
321. So, Addy,
Yes.
I've heard that you may have a possible YouTube channel.
Sometimes.
Ah,
So,
and what if there was hypothetically a channel? What would be on this week?
I will check. So, of course, Kingdom Hearts continues. And I will do something in Kingdom Hearts on the second channel, that's for sure. Then, I think the next X games are over, yeah. Or at least the rest of those. So, I forget this week. I'm still waiting to find it. Oh boy, that's a lot of videos. I forgot about scrolling through those. To note. Oh yeah. No, I don't have that scheduled. All right. Yes. So this week on Saturday, buzzing events at Treadwell.
Oh,
all the way in Baghdad. I forget when the game is set. Very ancient times since Baghdad exists. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have videos on the second channel scheduled until June 23rd, 2025. So you know.
I do. I do know, actually. Yeah, I've got not into 2025, but boy, do the Phasmophobia videos just keep going.
Oh, you're telling me, brother. Payday on the group channel is, I believe, scheduled until 2025. Probably just March, but still, let me check. Actually, you can check. It's easier for you. You probably have it open already.
I saw that it's going into like September at the least, but
I
wasn't looking at it too deeply because I was trying to get through it to the stuff that's scheduled for this week.
I've scheduled more since. It used to go until September, but we recorded 2 more sessions since then.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I got a sneeze coming, but it ain't coming. Oh, boy.
But yeah, Phasmophobia...
I don't think the sneeze is coming. Go!
Sneeze cancelled. But yeah, they like the Payday and Phasmophobia videos last a while on the group channel as well, because those are the ones that run the longest. Yes, February 19th, 2025 for Payday. That's Payday, and then let's see, Phasmophobia. The last one is November 16th this year. No, wait,
nice.
No, actually, I'm wrong. It's November 23rd. So when did you last record Phasmophobia? Just a note.
Oh, it was some time ago. Even when it's just like me and Mike, we haven't recorded Phasmophobia in a while because we've been hitting Raft.
I like how half of these thumbnail images that Google, or not Google, but yes, Google technically, but YouTube generates for these videos, half of them are just people set on fire for Payday.
It sometimes picks some pretty odd ones.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why Payday 2 is about people being set on fire.
Payday, the incineration. Yeah, it was a title that was a little more questionable. Oh!
We fell.
That you did. Okay, there we go. Fix the mic after it took a bump there.
Good snap. So what's coming out on the group channel?
So on the group channel, well, I guess I should say what's going on my channel first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, expect more Raft, more Payday, more Yeah, more RAF, more Payday, more Phasmo, more Dirty, I think. All right. And on the group channel, on March 25th, Monday, WWE 2K24 GM mode is back.
I scheduled it so it never left.
Also on March 25th, 2024, we take a shot at Fire Pro Wrestling Fire Promoter. Sadly, the main thing we want to do with it is not possible.
Yeah, so there's a story to why those are going to be releasing at the same time for the next like month. So, when we recorded Fire Promoter a year ago, or so.
Yeah, it was a long fucking time ago.
When we did that, when I was scheduling the 2K23 GM mode, I went, okay, I'm gonna put the GM mode first because Pink wants to see that, and then I'll put the Fire Promoter after it as a buffer, and then we'll just schedule GM mode after it. Now we record a GM mode for 2K24, and I went, you know what? Fuck that. No buffer. We don't need that shit.
Yeah. It's for bitches. On March 26th, Tuesday, Armello Part 13. On March 27th, Wednesday, Payday 2 Part 3. Oh boy, that was some time back.
Yeah, I want to note that if you go and check the Payday and Phasmophobia as well, I think playlists, Payday has 51 or so episodes. Phasmophobia has 47. I'm not sure how much of those are
Payday,
out.
only 2 are public. Yeah. On March 28th, Thursday, Blood and Bacon Part 13. March 29th, Friday, Justice League Task Force. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, that also has a funny story attached to it. So, I think if you go into the video settings, you can even see this. So, while editing the video, rendering it, and uploading it, I called the fucking game Avengers Task Force.
Oh, yeah.
And then
which somehow got turned into Justice League Task Force.
Because it is a Justice League game, yeah.
I have to commend you for actually editing the logo to say Justice League Task Force in the thumbnail.
Thanks. I wanted to use the one for the version that we actually played because this one didn't work, the one that I used the logo of. But that one had a lot more complex of a logo. And I went, you know what? I'm lazy. This is good enough.
Yeah. And on March 30th, Saturday, Phasmophobia Part 9. Is this Anne Orlando? It was Anne Orlando.
Anne Orlando's haunted. Go to the death bog to unhaunt it.
Oh boy.
If you shoot yourself up with enough steroids, then the poison won't kill you.
All right, so that's the uploads, but I think it's high time we hit the topic.
Yes.
The topic in question being, what would be the shortest, simplest, smallest way you could fix the game you hate most? Or games plural, because we'll probably come up with multiple examples.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's not a game that I would describe as hating most. In fact, you hate this game more than I do. But I feel like I have to get it in just because you know it's something that people have said a lot. So Guilty Gear Strive. Add Gatlings back in. Like it wouldn't fix everything, But it would be a major improvement if you just had universal Gatlings back in.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're at least adding more moves and adding Abba. I'm glad that they picked Abba because she's such a weird character, right?
She is the dancing queen.
Yeah.
But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I pointed out to you that I didn't like Abba's new hair color, and then I saw someone on the internet say, you know, Abba having green hair suddenly might not make sense. But look at this picture of the Statue of Liberty, which used to be red, and now it's green, because that's just how copper corrodes. Her hair is copper.
Right, because she's a weird, fucked up golem.
And you know, I still don't like the new design, but at least I can at least appreciate the commitment.
Yeah.
But no, I said that I don't like the new design. That's factually incorrect. I prefer the new design, except for the hair color, which I'm sure I will be able to change with colors anyway. But you know,
she doesn't have the small key going through her head anymore, does she?
Oh, I don't think so. No.
That's what I was thinking, because I remember liking the Abba design when I saw it, but I always hated the small key she had going through the side of her head.
See, I just like that they actually gave her clothes this time. It's also funny that they gave her the same mechanic, but this time instead of drinking blood or whatever it was with blood that she did, she's just now becoming jealous.
Does make sense for the character, certainly.
Yes.
Gotta make sure no one else wants to fuck that key.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, yeah, the Gatlings, it would definitely be indicative of a change in pace as well to bring Gatlings back, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of the major things with Guilty Gear that is missing from Strive, which, like, you know, the combos, whatever, the movement, whatever, but Gatlings were just a thing. Like, it's a staple of anime fighting games. But guess what? Guilty Gear was, you know, there. Even it was written.
It was one of the chief innovators, yes.
And so, you know, Guilty Gear without Gatlings is like if Street Fighter removed all links. Like, sure, games that do this exist. It's fucking weird that you did this, though.
Yeah.
And that's
good thing you mentioned that after Street Fighter 5 is out, by the way. You would have given them an idea otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite thing about Ed, in the time that I've put in with him, is that I go against an Ed, and they do like a 50-hit combo on me, all of which is manual. None of those is from his rushes or shit. It's just all singular hit attacks. And then I go into training mode, and I try to do the same thing, and then I find out 1 frame link.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody was sitting there like, Ed is the ultimate representative of Street Fighter 5's weirdness. We need to unfuck him.
Like, Ed has, as you saw, Ed has some cool combos that you can do without links. Let me tell you, Ed has 5 million other things that he can do with links that I cannot do because it's links.
Yeah, I have consistently heard, like, Ed is awesome, except he's got a terrible jab, but other than that, Ed is awesome.
Yeah, Ed is very, very cool. Once again, I just wish I was able to do more cool shit, because, like, he has this thing where Street Fighter 6, I don't know if you noticed this, I definitely noticed it. But Street Fighter 6, well, I guess it's not a Street Fighter 6 exclusive thing, but it's a thing that Street Fighter 6 actually allows you to see. Which is where sometimes they just decide, all right, this move can go into this other move, but only this only these two can go into each other. And I'm not just talking about links specifically, because I know that that's linking. But here's the thing. It's like, okay, So, for example, he has an uppercut. The uppercut can go into his jab rush or whatever, his rushing attack. That's on half circle back, whatever, quarter circle back.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is I don't know what the fuck the timing window is, because either the rush doesn't come out or it doesn't combo, except when other people do it. You know, like I saw the because this is supposed to be one of his basic combos that you can learn from the in-game tutorial. I went in there, I looked at the thing, but I don't know if you remember the combo trials does everything on the first frame.
Yeah.
So I know that it can be done if you can input it on the first fucking frame that you can input anything, but that doesn't really help me.
Yeah.
And that's basically been my experience with Ed. Like, very fun to play, very like cool combos even without the link stuff. But like a lot of his cool shit is locked behind being able to do links, and I just can't.
Yeah.
Which this reminds me, like, I keep talking it into existence. Like I talked about fucking Akuma having whatchamacallit, Roman cancels, and now everyone has them. What if Akuma has Gatlings?
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Luke already has them. Why not Akuma? He just gets full. Akuma gets full on anime game Gatlings. Anything links to into everything. Fuck it, why not? But I mean normals. Specials are of course a different thing. But like when it comes to normals.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Like
but yeah, I'm good. I'm glad to hear that Ed is really good. I still haven't got around to trying him or Aki. At this point, I'm kind of feeling like, well, I've waited this long. I might as well wait for Akuma too.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't know. And I look forward to what they do with Akuma's story. The weird Oni stand bullshit that they had in the trailer was weird. I don't know what to think of it.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of weirdness going on there. Like it probably isn't what I was theorizing, but it'd be weird if it was. It'd be interesting.
I mean, here's the thing. After we talked about that, I came across a post on Tumblr, and this post was just a compilation of GIFs taken from Akuma's trailer and Ryu's trailer, and they had shots recreated from Ryu's trailer for Akuma. Exact shots.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So there might be more merit than we think. To what you said.
That would be just such a change if Akuma is taking from Ryu rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
Be cool though.
I mean, he's already taken from Ken, I guess. He used to have the Shoyu Reppa, so.
Yeah. I'm sure in lore Akuma did it first though.
Probably. Also, the fucking tease for Kongo Kokuretsu-san, it made me very happy.
I mean, Street Fighter 6 has a lot of love letters to Street Fighter 3 in little ways, and Kongo Kokuretsu-san is a Street Fighter 3 classic.
Yeah.
That was the game that it debuted in, right?
Yes. Kongo Kokuretsu-san is the, if memory serves, how it worked was, Kongo Kokuretsu-san is the move that he does at the end of Alpha. One of the ones, maybe 3, I think. Not 3, because 3 is him standing over the mountainside thinking about dying. Whatever.
Yeah.
In one of the Alphas, if memory serves, he used Kongo Kokuretsu-san, and then shortly after 3 came out, and they gave it to him in 3. And then in 3, he uses Demon Armageddon, and it's much more interesting than in 4.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they'll give him Mudo Tensho, because I'm not sure how Akuma will force people to eat him so he can blow them up from the inside. Because that's the new move that he did in 5.
He had a good old Nikali. That fucking weirdo.
Which it just hit me. Okay. I mean, this has no fucking connection to anything, but Mudo Tensho, Akuma just gets the fucking Mudo on Nikali. The insta-kill procced. Who knew Akuma knew curse magic? So yeah, anyway, how would you fix your most hated game, I guess? By making it less popular so you won't have to hear about The Witcher 3.
Witcher, I wouldn't have too much to say. Yeah, I wouldn't really throw that around. Like, it's definitely the game that I, for a good while, was sick of hearing people talk about. But the game that I've actually played and went like, oh, I fucking hate this. Resident Evil 5.
Remove Sheva. Just fucking make it the game that Wesker says it as.
Yeah. Yeah. The issue would be there would be one or two bosses that would be entirely invulnerable without Sheva. Like, I would say, like, put some degree of modern AI, companion AI to Sheva, or just add a button to make Sheva stop moving. Add a standstill button to Sheva.
They put in the standstill button, but it's the AI from Payday, so if you move far away, she runs after you anyway.
Yeah, the pointless standstill button. My God, yeah, the game that Wesker sees. Racism vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's off the top of my head, that's the big one. Which, I mean, Resident Evil 5 Con already is racism vision, but nonetheless.
Yeah. But it doesn't say it on the box. We need to say it on the box.
Now featuring racism mode, like the one Devil May Cry 5 saying now featuring Virgil mode.
Or no, it's on the corner. There's on the corner. There's a picture of Wesker wearing sunglasses on top of his sunglasses. Like, like the fucking the new funky mode for Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah. Good lord.
I mean, I guess my most hated game would, by statistically speaking, my most hated game would be Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And there is genuinely a very easy fix to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Remove Assassin's Creed. You need to rewrite like what? Four lines of dialogue? And just rename the game.
I'm sure that's the eventual intention.
I mean, I still wouldn't. I probably still wouldn't like the game, but like, I would have a much different relationship with it.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Like, when I think about Resident Evil 5, like, there is at least still throwing in, like, well, Resident Evil 5 definitely still has problems. It still is paced all fucked up, and it's still loads of really awkward parts of that game.
But now there's no
that's
Sheva.
At least fixed, yeah, fixing the main issue, which is that several parts of the game were designed for Sheva to not be as stupid as she is.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other examples that I can remember where I like where I didn't click with a game and it was like for one specific reason that isn't just redesign the game completely.
Yeah. Like when you were saying Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I was thinking like when you said, "Oh, it's a simple fix." I thought you were about to say, "Remove all RPG mechanics." I was about to say, "That's not a simple fix."
I mean, they gave you the option in Valhalla. That's why I liked it the best out of the RPG trilogy. Because in Valhalla, there's a custom the difficulty setting, and like, you know, if you turn off the RPG mechanics, the game won't be challenging, but there also won't be RPG mechanics. So but yeah, like Odyssey, genuinely, you remove the Assassin's Creed branding, you remove the like 2 to 3 lines of dialogue that it actually has to do with Assassin's Creed. Whatever. Like, aside from that, I don't care about that game.
That doesn't make it a game you'd enjoy. It just make a game you wouldn't have an opinion about.
Yeah.
Make it a game that wouldn't have sold either. Without the Assassin's Creed name, nobody would have bought that game.
I don't know. There are people who like there's a surprising amount of people that I've seen, even aside from Pink, who were like, you know, I bought this game because of Ancient Greece. The Assassin's Creed parts are bad, and I would enjoy the game better if it didn't have the Assassin's Creed parts.
Yeah, but like if it was just a new name, right? And I was like, I don't know, just something real simple, Gods of Egypt or something like that. Not Gods of Egypt, because that's already been the title of the movie, but nonetheless.
I mean, there is Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is just that. It's just Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but without the Assassin's Creed branding. And people like to know enough that it is getting a sequel.
Really? It's getting a sequel?
Yeah. Like, it is so much just Assassin's Creed Odyssey without the Assassin's Creed name. It's made by the same fucking team.
Oh.
Like,
nice.
Literally, just what I wanted Assassin's Creed Odyssey to be. Not Assassin's Creed. So, you know. Like, so it even has, like, it has so fans so much so that I've seen people talk about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and go, I didn't like this part, I didn't like that part, and someone else comes in and goes, did you try Immortals Phoenix Rising? And apparently it just does things, like, it does the other things better if you like some, or if you don't like some of the things that Zelda did. Which, like, yeah?
So it's really just the game for, didn't like this sequel that changed the direction of the series? Play this instead.
Yeah.
Which I think Zelda, in fairness, Zelda's probably going away from the open world survival model after what was the name of that last one?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah,
they're probably done with the survival game model after that.
You know, it was an inspired choice to release the new Zelda title, Tears of the Kingdom, with a picture of Queen Elizabeth's corpse on the cover.
It was, but I think it worked out.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know where Zelda is headed. I have Twilight Princess downloaded. I still haven't played it. I kind of want to record my first playthrough of that just because I think it would be interesting. Because I don't like Zelda. Like, I have both Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, I think. So I will give those two shots. I played Immortals Phoenix Rising. I don't need to play Breath of the Wild. Close enough.
Yeah.
And like Immortals Phoenix Rising, legitimately, like, I gotta give credit to Ubisoft and the team that made Odyssey. They captured the Zelda essence very good. I went into that game, I played it for an hour, I went, someone else likes this game, but I don't. You know, genuinely, I played an hour and I went, you know, I can see why someone would like this a lot. It's not my cup of tea, but it's fine. It's not bad. And that was pretty much my takeaway.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much my takeaway for Zelda as a series. Like, I can see that depends on the game. Phantom Hour, not no, it is Phantom Hourglass. I don't get Phantom Hourglass or the other DS one where you control it with the stylus. I don't get those.
Yeah.
But any of the other ones, I can at least look at it and go, you know what? Yeah, I understand this. Oh, wait, no, the NES one. that one's too primitive, I guess.
Yeah, the original Legend of Zelda is pretty fucking rough.
And Zelda 2 also exists. I think I played it for 20 minutes, maybe. It wasn't my thing. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But like Link to the Past and shit, I can see why people like those games. I don't know if I'd stick around to play them for God knows how many hours. But I can look at them and go, hey, whatever, fuck it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, games that we hate that we could fix easily.
We need to hate more games, apparently.
Yeah. We need to hate more games for simple reasons.
Yeah.
Bayonetta 3. Remove writing. All of it. No story.
Remove all the cutscenes.
Yeah. Do the Sakurai special.
Yeah, oh boy, yeah. Bayonetta 3 is a good pick.
Like, here's the thing. I played Bayonetta 1. I thought it was okay.
The story's not very good.
I mean, it has fucking Space Harrier. How good can it be? The story, I mean.
I love Bayonetta 1 and 2 both. Those games both have dog shit plot. It's just Bayonetta. Bayonetta just has fucking confusing, messy plot. Who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
I think you were onto something with Bayonetta, but I'm trying to figure out what direction I'll go in.
Remove
here.
Space Harrier.
Well, that'd be nice, but I don't hate Bayonetta 1 or 2.
True. I don't know what you could do with 3, but then I've also never played 3, so...
Yeah, I've not played 3 either. My understanding is Viola's gameplay is considered a bit rough. She lacks depth. But other than that, the only real problem with the game, well, that and the big empty open world levels, is the only problem with the game is that the writing fucking sucks and takes a big shit all over Bayonetta and her friends.
Yeah. That's why immediately I just went, remove writing.
Yeah.
No talking, no cutscenes. You just look into a level, you fight through a level, and then you go to the next level. Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, just pure gameplay.
That was the big controversy.
If Ted were here, he would just say, I'm going to fucking kill you two.
There's a fucking... There was the big controversy about Bayonetta's voice actress being recast, but she doesn't even fucking speak. She has no lines.
Yeah. People can't figure out what the deal is. Good lord.
Okay, I guess define small. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess that's going to be an issue, is how small is small. But, like, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to go with a Kingdom Hearts answer, that I remember there's one more pressing. Because I was going to say, like, once again, define how small, because Bird by Sleep, remove the common deck system. I know people like it, but I don't. So, but then I remembered. Wait, where does the common deck system originate from? Technically, by a leap of logic, Rechain of Memories. The problem is, I don't know what the fuck you could fix with Rechain of Memories.
Yeah.
Because like original Chain of Memories, from what I understand, worked fine. It wasn't perfect, but it worked fine for the get up.
Oh, there's a sneeze.
Rechain of Memories, main problem with Rechain of Memories really is the game feel. Like the implementation of the stuff that worked in 2D into a 3D space leaves things to be desired, and I do not know for one how small that is, and for two how the fuck they'd fix that, because it seems like an entire big systematic change that they would need to do.
Yeah. And like over here, I'm thinking like, well, Devil May Cry 2 is pretty stinky, but my god, that one would take a lot of work. That is not a small change.
Yeah, just rebalance everything.
Every single little fucking thing. Make the moves not feel like shit. Make actual unlockable moves so you don't start with Dante's entire moveset from the jump for no reason. Make the guns not so goddamn strong. Where, like, the swords are just utterly irrelevant because gun just does everything.
Yeah.
Good lord. Oh, boy. Yeah.
I mean, okay, another meme answer, I guess, because I don't think this fits under small. Like it's pretty much just Bayonetta 3 again. Horizon Zero Dawn. Make the writing interesting.
I mean, well, people know the Ted Faro bit. That stuck with people, I guess. But other than that,
Ted Faro is also in logs. Who the fuck is going to read logs? Like, you know, yeah.
No, go ahead.
Like I'm speaking on a wider level, because obviously there's people like you who read logs. But generally speaking, who the fuck is going to read logs?
I guess so.
And then, you know, like
every time I hear about Horizon's story, though, it's always people just saying, fuck Ted Faro. That Ted Faro villain really makes people upset.
That's the thing. Ted Faro isn't alive. Ted Faro is dead.
Well, I know he's dead because he's supposed to be the corporate guy that started all of it, but like at the very least, people reacted to that.
But yeah, Ted Faro is from my memory and what I read people online say combined, Ted Faro is mostly in the logs and like holographic shit near the end, which once again, like I think the holographic shit is the logs. Something like that. I forget.
Are you sure? That game has a lot of holographs that you find even just in the tutorial. Like, I've not played past the first, 5 or 6 hours of that game, but my memory was every time you went diving into an old lab, you'd get some holographs. And they'd be part of the main story, and Aloy would be, wow, look at this.
Yeah, they stop doing, well, they don't stop doing that, but they become rarer. And so like, the Ted Faro stuff is just the main story bits, the ephemerals that you find are kind of just like, you know, world's fucked. Aloy is a clone or something like that.
Yeah, like the lead scientist or something.
Yes. And then, you know, just like setting up that evil corporation is the reason for this. And then if you find the more logs, the better logs, then you find out the whole Ted Faro bit.
Yeah, all right.
And so it's one of those things where, like, well, for one, don't fucking put your story in logs, please. Have you learned nothing from Metal Gear 5?
Well, Metal Gear 5 was kind of a success, so I think the rational thing that a lot of devs would say is learn what from Metal Gear 5?
Unfinished games. Story in logs. Fuck David Hayter.
Yeah, We've observed all of these things and found them to be successful. We will now commence fucking of David Hayter.
Yeah. Like, I'm not even one to usually complain about unfinished games. But Metal Gear 5 is literally unfinished. Like...
Oh, yeah. The Liquid steals the fucking not the Sahelanthropus, but the Metal Gear Zeke, and then that's just the end of the game. And because it's unfinished, we never find out what he did with it, or if he did anything with it.
Yeah, I know. I spent a week waiting for my loot drops so I can actually watch the final cutscene that summarizes what I was supposed to see in the 3rd chapter.
Yeah.
Like,
good lord.
If you ever wonder why I fucking hate Metal Gear Solid 5, it's that. It's because I had to spend an entire week just waiting for the fucking loot drops in the game. Like, an entire real-life week with the game running, waiting for the loot drops so that I can actually get enough fucking resources so that I can watch a cutscene that takes maybe 5 minutes to run. Like, that's it. It doesn't answer shit. Like, I figured, since it was supposed to be the last chapter of the game, that at least they would be like, okay, you know, we didn't have money or budget or time. This is what was supposed to happen. And I would find it underwhelming, but fuck it, it's in the game. No, they do that, and the game says chapter 4, peace. Like, literally. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, isn't it triggered to automatically run the all nukes have been de-armed cutscene now just by nature without anyone actually disarming any nukes?
No. In fact, people tried to hack the PS3 version to disarm all the nukes, and Konami said, fuck you, and made nukes permanent. Like, this was
I could swear, like, I loaded up the game one day just casually, like, it's been a long time since I've played this. I'll give it a shot. And it started the all nukes have been disarmed cutscene. I just go, what the fuck?
I don't think so, because I remember following it for a bit, where some person or people, I forget if it was a team, I think it was a team actually, yeah, were trying to do a group thing of getting the cutscene to trigger on the PS3 version. And they were successful in removing it from one server, but then they found out that for the cutscene to trigger, you have to remove all nukes from all servers.
Because Kojima's a crazy person.
Yes. So they would then get accounts all over, sign into them, and just delete all nukes everywhere. And eventually Konami called on, and instead of banning them or whatever, they just made it so on every server there's a minimum of 15 nukes that don't exist.
Oh, that's great. That's just explicitly a fuck you to Kojima in particular.
So, like, technically, as far as I'm aware, literally every account that has had the fucking Phantom Pain on PS3, all of those accounts have had their nukes deleted. There are no nukes except for the ones that Konami put up.
The hidden ones just to stop that cutscene from playing to reward those guys.
Yeah. And then I think after that they banned them. So, you know.
Good lord.
Small fixes in games we hate. Metal Gear Solid 5. Finish the fucking game.
There is no way Kojima would let that be small.
I know.
Like, Kojima is 100%, if you tell him, like, he gets to make Act 3 of Metal Gear Solid 5, his response is going to be, okay, that's another $5 billion, please.
You know, I kind of wish that the cutscene at the end that summarizes Chapter 3, I wish that they would have put in joke scenes as well. So it's just like, it's just like obviously licensed out celebrities appearing. They're just on screen for like half a second.
Well, that's what Kojima would want. He'd just throw in Margaret Qualley just because.
True.
And have her probably again talk about how she's lactating aggressively.
Fucking put in only the actors that Kojima doesn't like.
Oh God.
Tommy Wiseau. Neil Breen.
It's just all David Hayter.
Yeah. It's all.
And every line Kojima's written for him is just him saying, I'm not a real celebrity. I'm not a real celebrity like Kiefer Sutherland. I'm not a real actor.
But there's like I'm imagining this. But it's all the PS1 Snake model saying it. And it's just caught in like wildly different scenarios. But he just keeps continuing.
Yeah. And then in the end, Norman Reedus walks in and kills every snake.
Yeah. He drops his funky fetus on the ground and it blows up because it's a nuke.
Yeah. The baby nuke has been detonated. Now finally all the nukes are disarmed. Are gone.
For years, we wondered. Coughing Baby versus Thermonuclear Bomb. But what if Coughing Baby was Thermonuclear Bomb?
Ah! Oh boy.
I'm trying to come up with other games that I hate that can be fixed easily. See, like, once again, the problem is, like, you know, not small. And, like, I don't even know if I'd say hate. Because, like, Dead by Daylight. For example. Again,
yeah, that's absolutely not a small thing. That's I think the thing to fix your issue with Dead by Daylight is having friends that play it less often.
Yeah.
Which I guess is debatably small. I don't know.
I mean, currently my options are friends that play Dead by Daylight or friends that play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Spoiled for options, we are.
Dead Rising 2, tone down the comedy and the writing. Boom, you're good. Actually, okay, I've got two small fixes. Pick one. Either tone down the comedy and the writing, or get rid of weapon crafting.
Ooh. And I could work with either. Just going off of the, like, I don't know what we recorded together of Dead Rising 2.
Yeah. And like Dead Rising 3, I say it every time. I'm fine with the japes in Dead Rising 3. And the insanity in Dead Rising 3. Because Dead Rising 3 just finally went, fuck it. And it's just stupid and insane.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Dead Rising 2 just uncomfortably close to the borderline where it's like, oh, if you went a little bit more one way or the other, I'd be fine. But where it is now, and the funny thing is, if Dead Rising 3 was Dead Rising 2, if we went from Dead Rising 1 to Dead Rising 3, I'd be going, what the fuck, I hate this. But because there was Dead Rising 2, the uncomfortable middle in between, I'm just stuck there like, okay, well, either we can have Dead Rising 1, which I adore, Dead Rising 3, which I like, or Dead Rising 2, which can't decide what it wants to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I had an answer, but I forgot. Oh yeah. Okay, other thing where I don't think this is a small one, but like add story to any Souls game. I was like, I think being
move the story from the item descriptions and the little bits and pieces you can pick up to just explicit cutscenes.
But yeah, add story instead of just lore. Yes, like lore can still exist, but actually give a story.
I feel we've lost the narrative on this topic already.
Cause like, you know, I beat Neo, and that thing's story was shit. But like, that's one of those things where like I didn't like Neo, but the story was there. I guess. Like it.
You guess?
I mean, here's the thing. In Neo, the cutscenes are still few and far in between. I would like more, just like narrative overall. Like I want to know why I'm doing the things I'm doing and what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
You know, in Neo, they give you a cutscene at the start of the level. They might give you a cutscene at the end of the level. There might be a boss cutscene. That's all the cutscenes. Most of these don't actually have story in them. or if they do, they make no fucking sense. Like there's just a ninja cat ghost in the third level. Why? Why not? He's there. He doesn't exist past that level or before it. He's just there. But yeah.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, so you know, whatever. But I still finished Neo, and you know, one of the reasons that I that we didn't finish playing Dark Souls 2 was I feel like because of the lore being like, you know, you told me about the story in the lore, and that was interesting, but I wouldn't have gotten that without you also being there.
Yeah.
And then also for Dark Souls 2 specific one, remove ganks. Some are fine, not this many, please.
Yeah, Dark Souls 2's got a variety of issues, but I do think the biggest issue Dark Souls 2 has is the over-reliance on ganking to present a threat to the player.
Yeah.
It gets to be a pretty silly gimmick at a point.
Yeah, like Dark Souls 2, what we played of it for the channel. Like my experience of Dark Souls 2 was genuinely just like, oh, this is the things that I don't like about Souls.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big part of why I like with Dark Souls 2. I was just eventually like, do we really want to keep pushing? Like, the issue with Dark Souls 2 is that the Dark Souls 2 gets excellent at the very fucking end. But like the entire front half of the game is really rough. And out of the back half, there's still some rough parts. But man, those DLCs are really fucking good. But my God, you have to get through a lot to get there. And I was just eventually starting to be like, do we really want to do 100? Because Dark Souls 2 is the longest Souls game other than Elden Ring. Like, it's far longer than Dark Souls 1 or 3 or Bloodborne or especially Demon Souls. My God, Demon Souls is a short game. So it's just because then they're like, do we really want to record like 100 or 150 parts of Addy suffering and me trying to offer like pithy advice for a game that's been like nearly a decade since I played through, just in the hopes that we'll get to the various Frozen Throne and Rotten Crown, Iron Crown, whatever DLCs, and have a good time there.
Yeah, I mean, my like thoughts going into Dark Souls 2 was I played through Bloodborne. Bloodborne's supposed to be the hardest. There's one DLC. There's one DLC area that I fucking load. Everything else I'm fine with in Bloodborne.
I mean, I've obviously beaten Bloodborne several times. Dark Souls 3, I've never beaten.
I mean, the funniest thing about Bloodborne discussion online is I see people who love Souls, you know, allegedly, according to them, they love Souls, going like, you know, Bloodborne's a major issue is the blood vials. I had to grind blood vials. I never fucking had to do shit. And whenever people talk about grinding blood vials, I'm just like, what games were these guys playing? Because I never ran out of them. Ever.
Oh, I have to grind blood vials every fucking time.
I beat Bloodborne without ever running out of blood vials once.
The fuck?
Like even
Did you say Nani?
No. Yeah, I'm already dead.
We all are.
But yeah, genuinely, in Bloodborne, I never ran out of blood vials. So whenever people complain about the lack of blood vials, I think they're crazy. Because, you know, I don't play Souls games. Like, it's not the difficulty that I enjoy, so I assume that I'm not good at them. What do you mean?
Yeah, I always run out of blood vials at some point in a Bloodborne playthrough and go, fuck.
Yeah, I never had that experience, and like, you know, even then, like, I fucking load-legged Lenius, or whatever his name is.
Oh, yes, the dude on the church roof.
Yes, him. Fuck him. He's the, like, that entire area is the worst of Bloodborne, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. Logarius, yes, Logarius.
Yeah, Logarius. Who the fuck is Legged Lenius?
Yes.
He's from New Vegas.
Yes, that's the final dude from New Vegas on every playthrough except the Legion playthrough.
Yeah, he hated when fucking Legged Lenius showed up in Bloodborne.
Yeah. You're just like, hey, this is a long way from Nevada.
Yeah. When the Duke did something to England, he says... But yeah, Logarius, I fucking hate him. And like, having seen other people beat him, and reading discussions people had about him, I had the worst RNG. He kept spamming the shit where you can't hit him. So eventually what I did is I just stood next to the chimney for whenever he shot his projectiles, and then I would do drive-bys. And that's how he died. Eventually. But
yeah,
like, yeah.
I don't think I've ever beaten Logarius without summoning somebody for help.
Oh, I beat him alone.
My God. Like, I'll say for my part, Logarius definitely loved to spam the runaway gimmick.
Yeah, for me, he usually stood in one place. He would either fire projectiles that if I tried to go and challenge, then I would obviously die, or he would do like a, I don't know what to call it, a Shinra Tensei. So like he would make this like bubble around himself that pushed out, and if it hit you, then it hurts.
Yeah.
If memory serves, he has that. And yeah, he would alternate between those two. So whenever he was on recharge, I would just run out, step him real quick, run back in behind the chimney. And that was the fight, until he did his phase change, where he would start walking towards me, while also firing projectiles still. And then it just became a Benny Hill bit. Where I let him around a couple of times while stabbing him in the back.
Yeah, that's my memory of it. And yeah, he was one of the phase change bosses, because he did that before Dark Souls 3 had its entire fetish for phase change bosses.
Oh, God.
Where every boss had a halfway phase change. Or phase change, not face change, excuse me. Well, several of them did change faces.
Which one of them became Nicolas Cage?
I wish I had a better memory of Dark Souls 3 so I could actually make a joke. Like, honestly, I think part of the difference with Dark Souls 3 and other Dark Souls is I had the motivation to finish Dark Souls 3. Whereas, like, excuse me, I didn't have the motivation to finish Dark Souls 3 where I did so many others because I cared about the story and locations of Dark Souls, the other Souls games. Dark Souls 3, it's just all really like bland, same color scheme, and the story line is just, hey, remember this from Dark Souls 1?
Yeah, that's about what I heard, rather, but yeah.
Yep. Like, this is a fight that will never end amongst Dark Souls fans because you're either fine with Dark Souls 3 existing entirely as a rehash in parts of Dark Souls 1, or you're not. If you're fine with it, then you probably prefer Dark Souls 3 to Dark Souls 2. If it gets on your nerves that Dark Souls 3 is largely a rehash, then you probably prefer Dark Souls 2, which I do.
Yeah, I haven't played one past the demo for the remake. Well, it wasn't the demo, it was the beta, but still, whatever. And I haven't played 3. I can say that I like Dark Souls 2 less than Bloodborne, which yeah.
I mean, I like Dark Souls 2 and I don't like Dark Souls 2 as nearly as well as Bloodborne. I think if there was somebody who said that Dark Souls 2 was better than Bloodborne, they'd be crazy. I mean, there are some people that fucking despise Dark Souls 2, and like I can't entirely disagree with them, you know?
Yeah.
It's well, let's move on. Let's move on. That's enough Souls talk for today, I think.
I'm trying to think of other games that I hate that could be easily fixed. Like the problem here is that like the number of games that I genuinely hate is very small. There's games
and generally what games you hate have more going on than just one little thing.
Yeah, that too.
So we get into the Witcher 3 thing of like, there's no way to make me like this game that's small. I just want a way to make people stop talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, like, once again, it comes into think of, like, you know, how small is small. Because, like, Undertale, for example. Undertale, you know, obviously some of my problems with Undertale are from the fandom. But it's not just the way the fandom acts around the game. It's also what's in the game. that my problem is. So, like, you know, you could rewrite Undertale in a way that I would like. I don't know if I would call that small.
I think if you got rid of Undertale's whole thing of it's immoral to kill video game characters, then you'd fundamentally lose out on a big part of what makes Undertale.
Yeah. I mean, that and also, like, Undertale is a game that your perception of Undertale rests heavily on whether or not you like the characters and how they're written. I liked maybe 2 characters. One of them is a major character at the start of the game, where he gets no characterization, and then gets some characterization and exits the story. Conversely, the other one is like right next to the tutorial, like right after you come out of the tutorial, shows up once, has some characterization, and then never shows up again.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
And so, all of the characters that are left are characters that I dislike. And so you know, most of Undertale, like most of the major players in Undertale, which like, I guess I'll tell you that the one major character that I liked was Papyrus. In the like.
That's the skinny skeleton, right?
Yes, that's not Sans. Yes.
Yeah, Sans is a brother that is less memed.
Yes, well, that's the thing. He has more meme dialogue, which I also dislike, but he has a fun gimmick throughout the game where he shows up twice, I think, and then after you beat him, either the first or the second time, he tells you that he'll call. And I was like, okay, the rest of the game is kind of out of pocket. Will Papyrus call? Like, will he actually make contact again? He doesn't. And if you watch my review, I point this out because I kept track.
Huh?
Which, like, I don't, most of my reviews, the older ones, I'm not really proud of because I have better production now. I think differently about games, all that. The Undertale review is strangely the one where I don't even have to go back and watch it again. I know that I still agree with that shit because most of the things I say, it's just like, this game is mostly not for me. Whatever. The fans suck. Also the characters. And then listen to me now saying the same thing, more or less, just with different words.
Yeah.
And that's, pretty much it. Like, the other one was Nepstebluk, who is shortly after the tutorial. I forget what Nepstebluk even fucking does in the story. I don't think they do anything. They just exist. They're a shy ghost. I thought that was funny. And yeah, that's it. I like Metatron. I think Metatron is one of the bosses. I liked them because their music was good and it's not fucking Megalovania. And they also had a funny gimmick of Metatron is a 3-phase boss fight where every time you beat Metatron, they become hotter. But also, they're like a TV presenter and they're running a game show while you're fighting them.
Okay.
So, I like that guy. But Metatron also only shows up for, I think, just their boss fights. So, once again, like, there are characters in Undertale that I liked. They're just underused when compared to, like, Sans and what's her face, the fish woman. And
Yeah.
Ezreal? Question mark?
And the flower, right?
Yeah, Flowey. Flowey has 2 scenes. So, whatever.
Isn't he the final boss?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, like, basically, once again, the Undertale is heavily your perception of Undertale heavily rests on your perception of the fans, your perception of the characters. If, like, the fans you can ignore because the fans are not intrinsically a part of the game. The characters are. Sadly.
Yeah.
And once again, like, I don't know. I wouldn't call rewriting the game so that those characters are characterized differently, or the characters I like show up more. I don't know if I'd call that a small change.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a game recently that y'all wanted to play, and I turned it on and I went, no, fuck this. But I don't know what it was.
Oh, yeah, I can't recall either.
Because I don't do that a lot. But like, I feel like I remembered us doing that recently, and it was like it was one of those things where, like, it wasn't a major part of the game that I disliked. It was just there enough that I didn't want to engage with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having trouble recollecting. Because that does sound familiar, but what was it?
I'm trying to look through my Steam library to see if it's something there, which I'm not sure, because this was like after I got the laptop, so that would mean it was fairly recently. I don't know.
I'm trying to even remember what we were suggesting playing that we wound up not doing recently.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Huh. Well, if you can't remember it, it wasn't important.
Yeah. Got to the kid standing in the rain.
Yep, as always.
Hmm.
Well, either way, I propose that we go ahead and call this podcast.
Yeah. That's probably a good idea. Because I was not really...
Yeah, we're both a bit out of ideas here. And on top of that, I've just done the opening stretch of Hoxton Breakout and Payday 2. I've just done the parking garage. And I'm going to wait here before starting the FBI thing so you can hop in and you can get a healthy helping of the money and the XP from actually ending the heist.
All right. Well then, I guess we'll call it a podcast.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well,